Cornerstone Retirement Partners presents Your Course to Retirement with Grand Rapids Certified Financial Planner Ron Corser and Nolan Gosley. Cornerstone Retirement Partners are planning today for the potential of tomorrow.
And welcome into Your Course to Retirement with Grand Rapids Certified Financial Planning Professional Ron Corser, founder of Cornerstone Retirement Partners. Ron Corser, CFP, here, ladies and gentlemen, to help you with your financial investment and retirement planning and make sure that each and every dollar is working its hardest to help you achieve your important financial goals. Ron, in our new shortened podcast format here on the program, we're going to be covering some of your favorite stories and analogies that help us to better understand the financial world, as well as some current events. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you visit the podcast platform, the YouTube page. On social media, you'll be able to find many of these stories and this new podcast series. But of course, always the best resource, cornerstone-rp.com. Cornerstone-rp.com will have links updated each and every week to the newest and latest episode of the podcast. Ron, on this episode of the program, we're going to be covering an article from Kiplinger magazine. It's been a difficult year, but Kiplinger pointed out that struggling seniors, while they've had a lot to worry about, may have 4 potential silver linings in 2023.
Yeah, I thought there was an appropriate article. Given the kind of year we're having here, is there anything good that can come out of this world or this economy that we're in? And when I saw the topic, 4 silver linings for seniors in 2023, I want everybody to understand that if you're not a senior, it still can be a silver lining. It can still be some kind of good news. And what really has turned out to be a year that sometimes I talk about, it's like Alice in Wonderland on street drugs. It just gets crazier and crazier. You know, markets go up, they go down, wide swings, doesn't make a lot of sense. Half the people on TV and on Wall Street think the market's going to continue to go up. The other half think it's going to go down. And as Yogi Bear said, then the other half, they don't know what they're talking about. So we're going to talk about some things that do have a little bit of good news in them. And I think it's important that we do talk about some of the positive things, not to make people feel good in a strange world, but these are real facts. These are some things that we can look forward to that make some sense, that perhaps I'll bring some comfort, and also maybe a little more financial security into your world. So the first one is a really good one. And Social Security payments are going to rise next year. They're going to be the highest. They're going to go up 8.7%. And that is the largest rise since Ronald Reagan was president. And of course, there's a reason for that going up 8.7%, is that we have enormous inflation that's up, at one point over 9, but it's still solidly over 8. So the bad news is we still have inflation going on. I don't know when that's going to taper down. I really don't. I don't think anybody does. And I think most of the time when we talk to clients in reviews, when I ask them what they think, they just say they think nobody knows what's going on and has control of it. But we know this for a fact, that it's going to go up 8.7%, which is a pretty big raise for people on Social Security. And it'll help kind of defray some of the pain that happened over this past year, and even started last year with the economic disruptions from COVID and some interesting regulatory things that came out of the current administration, and then just this ugly inflation thing that's happened all over creation. So that's the one piece of good news, and everybody should rejoice in that. Will it go back down? Probably not. I mean, if inflation does kind of get curtailed in 2023, we may have a smaller increase, but pretty sure it's not going to go backwards. So that's like a raise in pay for those of you who are using Social Security as part of your retirement income plan. And always remember that making the correct choice on when to choose and how to choose your Social Security benefits is critical to the retirement income planning phase that we help clients go through. Social Security is a basic building block. There's a lot of ways to approach it. There's no one right answer, but the good news is that the benefit's going up next year. So if you're on the verge of applying or thinking you're going to apply for Social Security, give us a call at 616-301 2581. That's 616-301-2581. We can do a free Social Security analysis for you and look at 4 or 5 different options that you and your spouse have, if you're married, that may be appropriate in your planning to create an income plan of retirement, because ultimately that's the whole key to giving you the best possible chance to be successful. The best probability of success in retirement is to have a written income plan, and choosing the right option with Social Security is a critical part of that. So that's the first piece of good news. Social Security benefits going up 8.7%. What's the second good piece of news? And this is an interesting part. For those of you who are 65 or older, or are going to be 65 or over this year and applying for Medicare, Medicare premiums are going to go down just slightly. Now let's step back and think about this. For the last decade or so, every time Social Security benefits go up, the Medicare Part B premium has gone up. So, for example, last year, everybody got a nice bump, a little over 5.5% on the Social Security payment, but Medicare went up much greater. So it turned out to be you actually have less income coming in now. This coming year is going to be a little different. The Medicare premium is going to go down slightly. And it may not go down, giant dollars, but it's going down. And given the fact that Social Security is going up, that's a net increase for everybody. Why has this happened? It's happened a couple of reasons. Number one, there was an Alzheimer's drug that has been kind of restricted to certain people in tests. So that's kind of given them a little bit of an economic benefit and made the Medicare system maybe a little more financial, transparent, and solid. But the key is that everybody on Social Security is going to get the increase. And if you're on Medicare, or it doesn't matter what plan you're on, it's going to come down a little bit in premium. So you're going to have more money to spend. Now, we don't know, for those of you who are in a Medigap situation and you have a drug program, we're not quite sure what will happen to that. Probably we all can look at it and say the cost of drugs continues to seem to want to go up, but that's something we'll just have to look at next year. For those of you who are thinking about getting into the Medicare system, my wife has a whole staff here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners that does Medicare planning for people. There's a lot of different options, from the Medicare Advantage plan to just rather Medigap plan, different drug programs. She's got a full staff that can give you a great analysis of the different options for you, and also what might be the best option in any given year, because these things change, particularly the drug program. So the good news is there's 2 pieces of it, right? Social Security is going up, cost of Medicare is going to go down just slightly. But if you need help with Medicare planning, give us a call at 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com, put your information in there, and we'll reach out to you. One of Nancy's administrators will reach out to you, schedule some time to talk about how do you access your Medicare benefits and what's the best options for you. So those are 2 really good things that are going on for the coming year. And frankly, I think we need as much good news for 2023 as we can get.
Yeah. And we're talking about this Kiplinger article for silver linings that retirees and seniors have in 2023. Ron, this next one is a silver lining. All clouds, right, are where those silver linings occur. So on one hand, we've got the negative part of it. The cloud itself is that account balances are down. We've seen losses in the market, but for those that are taking required minimum distributions from their IRAs, this probably means that we need to take less out of the account to satisfy that requirement next year as well.
Yeah, it's true that the required minimum distribution, the RMD for 2023, is probably going to potentially be a little less than it was for those of you who are 72 and older and having to take it out. Let's think about why that is. On January 1st of this past year, actually December 31st, your IRA accounts were probably higher then than they are today, because the market's been down anywhere from 17 to 25% this year. It's been just a horrible year, which has decreased the account values in IRAs. Now, the bad news from all of that, other than the market has taken away value from your IRAs, is that the requirement distribution for this year, 2022, was based on the account value in your IRA that you had on December 31st, 2021, which was higher. So that means this year, when you've taken your requirement distribution, you've probably taken out a little more than you wanted to, but you had to because that's the rules. So going forward, it's probably likely that your account balance will be less on the 31st of December this year than it was last year, which means even though you may be a year older and you're taking out requirement distributions and the percentage goes up, what you actually have to take out in raw dollar terms could quite possibly be less than what you did this past year. So in a really backhanded kind of strange way, the bad news is that account values in IRA accounts have gone down, but maybe next year the required minimum distribution will also be potentially less than what it was for this past year. And I guess that's good news. I mean, sometimes in markets like this, any kind of news that's not totally negative is good news for all of us. Because I do believe, and I tell people when we do reviews and we talk to them, ultimately we're going to come out of this. We will. The world is not going to come to an end. We're not going to be eating bugs and grass. It's not going to be Mad Max at the Thunderdome. It's just going to take us a while to get out of this mess because it took us a long time to get into it. So the good news is so far we got three pieces, right? Social Security payments are going to go up. Required minimum payments could potentially, for a lot of people, be down. And Medicare costs will go down slightly. So that's some good news for folks, and we need the good news. So why do we talk about these things, the RMDs, Social Security, Medicare? It's all part of a retirement plan. It's all part of trying to figure out how much income you need in retirement to successfully retire or give you the best chance to be successful in retirement. And it's all based on creating as much predictable income day after day, month after month, year over year, that you can to maintain your lifestyle. And a lot goes into it. It's not simply, let's just take a little piece out of all the money we've saved and hope it works. Hope is not a really good retirement plan. We always hope that the plan will work, but to try to give you the best opportunity to be successful in retirement, the best probability of success, all of these things that we've talked about so far, Social Security, Medicare, RMDs, which lead to taxes and things like that, are all part of a plan we can create for you that'll give you the best and highest probability of success. So if this is important, please give us a call at our office at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, 616-301-2581. That's 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. It's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We will reach out to you to help you, either to help you with the retirement plan, or if you just need help figuring out what to do with your Medicare options, Nancy's staff will help you do that. It's all part of what we try to do with comprehensive financial planning for our clients to give them the best and highest probability of success. And also, you can listen to this podcast and other podcasts by going to our website at www.cornerstone-rp.com.
And finally, Ron, as we are talking about trying to make retirement all it can be, good news for those still working their way toward it or making contributions. Those limits for how much we can put into retirement accounts are going to be significantly increased next year.
Yeah, they really will be. Going forward in 403Bs, 401Ks, 457s, if you're over 50 years old, you can put up to $30,000 away on your elective deferrals. Now that's significant. That really is. And it's even more significant for those of you who are blessed with a Roth account in your retirement plan, a 401K, 403B. If you have a Roth account in those, you can actually defer, if you have the income to support it, up to $30,000 into this Roth account, which gives you tax-free accounts and tax-free income in terms of the whole retirement plan process. So that's a big change. And a lot of people right now are struggling with inflation. We all are. Absolutely, we all are. And sometimes it's difficult to put away that much, but I encourage everybody to take a hard look at how much you're deferring, how much you're saving. And that's part of your own income plan that you have right now if you're still working. And see if you can scrape off the top, so to speak, a little more money to put away, particularly if you have a 401k Roth provision or 403b Roth provision. The ability to put away more today, when taxes, believe it or not, are as low today as they're probably ever going to be for the rest of our days. I mean, we have a government that's spending money like drunken sailors, right? We all know that. And it doesn't seem to matter. Anybody we elect seems to love to spend our tax dollars. So taxes are probably going to go up. That is a fact of life. So the more money we can put away now in the lowest tax world that we're going to be in, the better off we'll be 5 or 10 years from now. So we have 4 pieces of good news, don't we? Social Security payments are going to go up. Required minimum payments, RMDs, are probably going to be less in the coming year than they were this year for a lot of people. The Medicare costs are going to go down slightly. And absolutely now, those of you who are still working, who still have an opportunity to put money away in an employer-sponsored plan, a 401, 403, 457, you have the opportunity in the 401 and 403b accounts to put away more in the Roth, never going to be taxed account. And I encourage everybody to do that. And if you would like help trying to figure out what you should defer, how to defer it, or to take a look at a little bit what your plan offers, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to provide some kind of top-level advice and investigation into your 401k plans to see if we can help you line it up a little better based on your long-term investment strategy and goals than maybe where it is today. So if that's important to you, give us a call at 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you. We'll give you the help you need to give you the best opportunity and possibility to have a successful retirement plan or to have a successful kind of preliminary plan to get to retirement, because you got to get there in a good way too so you can have a good retirement, and we can help you with that.
Ron Courser, CFP, your resource, Grand Rapids, there at Cornerstone Retirement Partners. Today, covering 4 silver linings as we look forward to 2023. If you would like an experienced, qualified professional perspective on your planning, your portfolio, your investments, and retirement accounts, pick up the phone and give Cornerstone Retirement Partners a call, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581. Ron, always appreciate the time.
Thank you. Everybody enjoy the rest of the day.
Tune into Cornerstone Retirement Partners' full radio program, Your Course to Retirement, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock at News Radio WOOD, or visit cornerstone-rp.com for many valuable resources, including those mentioned on this show and other great episodes of Your Course to Retirement.
The content of this radio show is provided for informational purposes only and is not a solicitation or recommendation of any investment strategy. You are encouraged to seek investment, tax, or legal advice from an independent professional advisor.
Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group is solely an indication that the financial advisor has attended training provided by Ed Slott and Company, passed biannual examinations on material covered at conferences and in webinars, and met other membership requirements, and does not constitute an endorsement of any kind. Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group members pay a fee for the educational programs that allow them to be included in the Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group. Membership does not guarantee investment success. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services.
Advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, a registered investment advisor.
Advisory clients are charged a quarterly fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Any investments and/or investment strategies mentioned involve risk, including the possible loss of principal. Any comments regarding safe and secure investments and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs. Early withdrawals may subject the owner to penalties, fees, or taxes.